Hi, this is Peter with Mobb Guppy, where the guppy is the mob. It's Wednesday, and today, you know what we're going to do? We're going to send out some musings and some shout-outs and some good times right here on the Mobb Guppy channel. First shout-out to Jeff Rose, Fish Keeping. He's great. If you've not followed him or watched his live streams, may I tell you, you need to do that. The other person I want to shout out today is Sergeant Tank. Sergeant Tank's a great guy. He has a lot of very informative stuff. This guy's pretty smart, and obviously smarter than I am. And I learn from him pretty much every week. All right, if you've not subscribed to the Mobb Guppy channel, because more shout-outs are on the way, but first, I need you to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, like and comment on this video, and look at the other great content that we have here on the Mobb Guppy channel. That's what we're about. We're here to just talk about what's going on in the fish room and all sorts of stuff like that. All right. A couple of things that seemingly go on in the fish room. By the way, more shout outs on the way. Will I be mentioning you? Could be. Let's talk a little bit about just fish room maintenance. I was actually sick last week for like 4 days with a fever and the whole bit, and so it took me a couple of weeks to get my fish water changes done. It wasn't the end of the world. The fish were fine, but I tried to get it done every week. And I know there are some people who have continuous water changes and stuff like that, and that sounds like non-work, and actually you have to go out and vacuum out the aquarium now and again anyways. Also, I want to shout out to Doug Gray. It's Gray D is the channel, G-R-E-Y-D. He's a guppy fancier, an IFGA guy. He has great stuff on his fish tube channel. HC Aqua, another big one. I'm going to put him down as one of my favorite channels. Also, Simply Betta, she's great. She goes through and does a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot about live food, and one of the reasons I don't keep bettas, besides my apartment being completely overrun with 1 gallon containers with a betta in it, is mainly because I think the craziness, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, I'm just saying that the work that goes into raising bettas and doing their spawns, I watch those videos online. I don't know if you have as well, and it seems so labor intensive. It probably isn't as bad as it looks. I know a lot of people complain about hatching baby brine shrimp. I have no issues doing that. I hatch baby brine shrimp at least once a day, but normally twice a day. So I love Simply Betta. She's got a lot of stuff. The other betta channel that I like is Inglorious Bettas. Diane has just amazing, amazing content. And she comes out as a teacher and as kind of a science geek, so I like watching her channel. I learn a lot from her as well. The other thing that I enjoy about the Fish Fam, and I just have to go out and say this, is that we like to share. We like to tell each other what we're doing and what fails and what works well. Because when I see something that isn't working for somebody, I know not to try it. I know that if I go out of my way to find that next step, I can look at what has worked for someone, that I can try it his or her way, and then I can sit there and say, well, why exactly do they do that? Let me try it like this, which I've done on a number of different things. And you know what? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the idea here that we can all put our own spin on it. It's not an exact science. Okay, let me give you an exact science. An Oscar in a 10-gallon aquarium. Yeah, you can't do that. An Oscar in a 75-gallon? Yeah, pretty good. I happen to really, really enjoy going through and studying how people get some of these larger cichlids to spawn, mainly because I do not want to put up aquariums that big at this point. And so I love watching that. and what's going on from there. Let me do a couple of more shout outs. Let's talk to Deweese Aquariums. Let's talk about reels, fish tanks. He's great. Let's talk a little bit about more people. Lumpy Dog. I love the Lumpy Dog. The Lumpster. Give me the Lumpster. It's Dan Slee. Shout out to him. Shout out to, who else do I need to shout out to? Oh, Oddball Aquatics. Haley, she's fantastic. If you haven't seen her Meet a Fishtuber video on the Mobb Guppy channel, may I suggest you do so? Primarily because she raps and she spits out some pretty good rhymes. There are a lot of hip hop people, a lot of hip hop people who wish they could spit out the rhymes like Haley and Oddball. All right, other than that, gang, that's it. I appreciate it. We will see you on Saturday for Meet a Fishtuber. And this week's Meet a Fishtuber is Tipsy Trippin' Rednecks. And they are amazing. You're going to want to watch this video because it's a whole lot of fun. And again, thanks for watching Mobb Guppy, where the guppy truly is the mob. Join the mob today.